How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Factorio. So, just a quick recap of where we kind of left off. Last episode, we added a few more things. So I added some more green circuits, and we set up pretty much everything we need now so that science actually is happening. Although there is one thing I think we forgot to do. Oh, I could have sworn there was something that I was supposed to put over here. Let's see, that's all functioning. That's all functioning. Batteries are not functioning, but why? That's a great question. Is it just a throughput issue? I'm gonna say it is a throughput issue. Yes. All the logistics robots are in use. Okay. So, then with that in mind, I think today's episode is going to be spent utilizing quite possibly what resources we have and just making more logistics robots? Because we don't have any more up here on the Enterprise, right? Oh, no, we do. Oh, that's right. We did send it back. Okay, so come back to Flagora with the 5,000 robots, or however many we have, 3,900. We'll call that good. So that's going to come back with a ton of robots, so that will actually help solve, hopefully, part of the problem. However, in the meantime, because I don't know if that will entirely solve the problem, let's go ahead and work on shifting our focus a little bit and producing more logistics robots. And so we'll do that over here in kind of our little experimenting area slash just production of stuff we need. So we need logistics robots and we need construction robots. So the requester chest can go there. This can go there. Let's remove all of those. Like that. Like that. Like that. Okay, cool. And we're just going to leave these uncapped because we're likely going to need a ton of robots anyway, so I'm okay with producing a metric crap ton of them. Alright, so now the next part of this, as we saw, was we need robot frames. So each of these consumes 2.5 per second. One machine... where are they? Produces not even close to the amount we need. Holy crap. Okay. Let's see. So one of these is 0.6. This guy was 2.5, right? Yeah. Okay, so 2.5 divided by 0.06. 42? Oh lord. Nah, no. We don't do that here. And I can't make them in this? No. Okay. Well, we can get that up to 13. So 42. Not 42. 2.5. Divided by not dot 13. We can get 20 of these little machines. Okay. And then we are going to do something like that. I wish when you copy and pasted it, it would also copy and paste the modules. Let's see, 6, so that gives us 12. We need 8 more. Okay. So now we have everything but the electric engine units. Okay. So of the 20 we have, they consume 2.6 per second. And we are out of assembling machines. Oh, nice. Okay, well, do we have any here? No, but we do have more robots that we can chuck into this. Go, robots, go! Just all instantly in use. Gotta love it. Well, let's bring down every robot we have up here. Chuck them all in. Wow, they didn't all instantly get used? That I'm actually shocked at. Okay, well, the robot portion has seemed to stabilize, which is good for now. In the meantime, however, we do need to get... And how is this section up here going? This section's fine with 1,000, because we have 300 extra. And everything's almost running full bore. I do think we already have to redesign this, because... One thing... Oh, well, that is something I don't like. Do we have the better lightning rods? No. Let's add that to the research if we can, and then... Honestly, I guess let's queue up mech armor. This, and then... Sure, I guess those. Alright. So... We're gonna put a pin in this for a second while we go address why robots are not within safe area. I wish you could designate safe paths for robots, or have robots just be smart enough to, you know, not do that. Like, sure, it's slightly more inefficient, but go the, like, 3 feet up so that they are in the blue up over here rather than here. Like, I get that this is the shortest path, but it's not the safest shortest path. 3 feet to their left, because, you know, they're going this way, so this appears their left, would be safe. I'm just saying. Whatever. Alright, well, we can't actually do anything about that, so let's shift back over to this conundrum, this issue. Are we making assemblers on this planet? I don't believe we are. Okay, so then we have to actually handcraft one of these. Ew. I think we're having to do very peasant-like things. Okay. Then I need assembling machine 2s, which require greens, then steel. Which requires iron plate. Do you have iron plate that I can rob? Cool. Nice, we're gonna make one of these so that way we can go ahead and make ourselves... more assembling machines. I need that. And I don't need a full chest. We'll just do 2 rows. Call it good. That should be fine for now, I suppose. That will figure out... Oh, crud. Actually, that won't work. I forgot that this actually requires the previous tier in order to upgrade. So we're gonna have to go through this rigmarole. I don't really want more than about 2 at a time on hand, because it just doesn't make sense. Okay. Yeah, I think right now our biggest bottleneck is... Actually, I'm not sure what is our biggest bottleneck. Batteries. Okay, why are batteries not being logged over here? Let's up these counts so that more actually get brought over here. I think that's the move. I think just having a larger stockpile will help. Because then that should force more throughput by having a higher quantity. Because, like, we have battery. Like, the batteries exist. They are in the network. I mean, I get part of the issue is the charging, which we're probably going to want to add more of over here. So let's go ahead and add more charging stations. I mean, I know it's not a lot. However, hopefully we'll start getting into quality. Because quality will significantly help us with things. However, we're going to need to figure out an area to do that. We probably will actually do it up here. Because there's a good amount of scrap and a decent-ish sized island up here that we can use. Otherwise, we're going to have to hunt for a bigger island to do quality. Because this is going to be where we do science, and we'll do quality on a separate island. And then eventually... once we have all the quality machines and all the quality items, we'll probably come back and redo this, especially with later technology to do stuff. Okay, there we go. So now it's pumping out the capacitors and things. Cool. Now science is actually getting produced. How much science are we producing? Let's go 1 minute. 4. Okay, we're about half capacity. But it is climbing, so that is good. Because technically this build is designed to run on 1,000, or to produce 1,000 science per minute. We're at about 600. Let's go to 5 seconds. We'll go, yeah, there we go. It's fluctuating, but if you see it for a split second, it does jump up to about 1,000, so that's fine. So it is capable of hitting it, it's just throughput. And in all honesty, the biggest issue is going to be the scrap, making sure that we actually get enough of it in here. We should be able to. I'm not sure. Do we only have 2 trains? No. We have more than 2 trains. We have 4. 4 stations into 3. Why is this guy never getting anybody? I think it's just we don't have enough depots yet. No, because we only have 1, 2, 3. Because we were working on 4 and 5 here. Okay. So I guess let's work on those depots after we get this going. Let's make a bunch of those because it's fine. Give me speed 1s. I need 2 more. 2 more speed 1s. Give me speed 1s. I need 1 more. Thank you. Okay, cool. So what we're going to go ahead and do, so we're just going to go like that, and then we're going to change this guy to this. Change this guy to this. Go. And then empty out my inventory of stuff. And that's fine. And then this one is the one I want 2 lengths worth. Sweet. Okay, so that's going to do its thing. Let's go work on getting these outposts set up. So what are we missing? We need... we don't really need walls on our hotbar anymore, or those. So let's go ahead. Let's put accumulators, because we're going to need those. I need rail. We might need elevated. Actually, we will need elevated stuff. Cliff explosives if we have it, just as a quick reference. Substations. And then big mining drills. Speed modules. Bulk inserters. And chests, we'll do something like that. That area where they just died, we should be able to actually fix. Yeah. And because I want access to this free power. There we go. Alright, so we need accumulators and big mining drills. Do we have any more here? We don't. Okay, well that's not good. Okay, so let's send the Enterprise back to Volcanus to go pick some up. Volcanus. 1,000 big mining drills. Let's figure out why there weren't any on that return ship. Where is our production of them? Here. We have a ton. Are they in the network? Yes. Okay. This guy is set for that. I don't think we need orange for any of these. No. So then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn this to that. So they're going to go ahead and move the science out. And then that should be 3 rockets. Plenty of production. I do actually want to change... Oh, suppose we could make a passive provider. Let's give me... like that. Because what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to have direct throughput, but it's also going to allow us to have a buffer. So instead of the items having to pass through, it allows us to build a buffer so if these belts ever fill up, or rather if they ever empty, then we should be in a good space. Do we not have substations? We might not have them on that planet. That's fine, we can just do something like that. Those we do have. Alright, cool. So that should fill up. That should get us the mining drills we need. However, in the meantime, we could probably go through some of the older outposts. Yeah. And clear out mining drills that are no longer in use. So let's go do that. Well, hopefully not dying by lightning. Because although I didn't die by lightning, I did get really close. Several times. Actually, that's not true. I did die to lightning. That's why there's a corpse on our screen. I remember now. I don't know if I died on camera or if that was an earlier just mishap. Like, do I have a train? I really don't want to have to run in the oil. I feel so slow, and I know it's because the oil does actually slow you down, but it's like... It's just terrible. I don't recommend it at all. Okay. That is one thing, though, is we are able to process so much of this, of the materials from these areas that it's quite insane. Then there was a little teeny bit of scrap there. Same thing there, but I don't think I'm gonna mine the 25k. Actually, you know what, I will, because we're here. I'll probably be able to put down like 2 mining drills on it. And it will probably be more than sufficient. Oh, not what I wanted. Okay, one of the big issues right now is... There we go, that should be able to eat more of it, right? I know that kind of ruins the balancer, however, it lets us push more scrap through, I believe. So that this should fill up a little bit faster. Oh, yeah. And then we're just gonna, like, throw these in there. And we're just gonna throw one of these in here. Like that. But yeah, this is really squirrely. I am sorry in advance, everybody. But it works. There we go. So that should get us a lot more. Like, I can't even really speed module anything here because it all is already just full belt. And, like, these trains are filling up incredibly fast. It's like, I'm quite curious to see how quickly this train will fill up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yeah, this first car is the one that's taking a second. However, we are going to ride this one back because I do not... Well... Yeah, we're going to ride it back because we need to grab accumulators anyway. Yeah, because the train isn't able to fill up fast enough to where by the time the next train shows up, this one's already ready to leave. However, I do think we sped it up because this one's already about 3/4 of the way full, or about half full, because I think it was about here when this train showed up. So I'm not sure if that's where it was to begin with, but we have at least gotten it to a point where it makes some sense, or some resemblance of sense. That's just crazy how it just only takes like a little bit. Like, somewhere... Oh, this train is like fully empty, I see. But like 28, like that's crazy to me. This is incredibly dangerous. Don't recommend. running around on the tracks like that. That's how you die. By death by train. Not fun. Well, I think that's where we're going to call it for today while we wait for more mining drills to come over from Volcanus. As well as working on continuing to expand the scrap outpost. I'm hoping by next episode, next week, we should be able to start on setting up quality on one of the islands, as well as expanding, I guess not really expanding, but actually setting up the rocket launching system for all the science, because we are going to have to get that going. And then also just working on probably redoing this, because it's not working, or it's not, I mean, it is working, but it doesn't have the throughput that I initially thought it had based on math, but I guess my numbers were wrong. However, one of the things we did test is we can get away with, I think it's, how many lanes do we have here of scrap? We have 24 lanes. Interesting. I could have sworn the amount of lanes we needed is more than that, but I have to revisit the numbers, because like I have two different calculators right now pulled up for it. One of them is from our multiplayer world, which has a different amount of items being used because we have some different stuff there. But this world has also different numbers from that world because, again, just different technology and things. So I have to go through and figure out which one was for which because my numbers seem off. So I don't know. I'll go through all that this week and hopefully get that figured out. And as always, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you guys did, if you guys learned something, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up on the video, as it really helps out with the algorithm and things. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, tips, tricks, and anything else under the sun, leave that down below. With that, I will see you guys all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. And as always, peace out.